Hi Aquarius, welcome to your January 2026 reading. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right on into your reading. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so whatever comes up, comes up. Also, please do not ever try to force a reading you see on the internet to fit your specific life situations. If it's not resonating, it's probably a message for another Aquarius out there. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right, let's get into it. Spiritual team, Prism Oracle, what messages do you have for the Aquarius collective for January 2026? Messages, excuse me, do you have for the Aquarius collective for January 2026? Also, happy birthday to all my January Aquariuses. Hope you guys have a great birthday season. All right, so first card at the top of the deck, we have frustration. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have caution. Caution, interesting. Could be a more challenging month for the Aquariuses, okay, clearly. This could mean a couple of different things. I feel like this could be frustration with how things are moving forward or not moving forward for you guys, and you could maybe lash out or take out that frustration on other people, or say or do something that you're going to regret because of this frustration that you're feeling. There could also be a situation where some of you guys could potentially get into altercations, or other people are frustrated and taking out their frustrations on you. But I feel like ultimately this caution card is telling me that this is the time to really slow down for you guys in particular, because this frustration could be a sign that something isn't working and you may need to pivot. So really just take into account, like, you know, your temperament, and you know, every situation is going to be different. So let's just go ahead and get in the tarot and see what comes up. Spiritual team, Divine Feminine Tarot, what messages do you have for the Aquarius collective at this time? Or what messages do you have for the Aquarius collective for January 2026? What messages do you have for the Aquarius collective for January 2026? All right. Top of the card, or top of the deck, we have King of the, oh my god, I cannot talk right now. We have the King of Swords, Magician in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, King of Cups, Four of Cups in reverse. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the Sun, we have the Lovers in reverse, we have the Moon in reverse, Six of Pentacles, and Temperance. Very interesting. Very interesting. Not the direction I thought this was gonna go. For some of you, this frustration and this caution is for those of you that are single. Be really careful about who you're intimate with. Be very careful about who you're intimate with, and wrap it up. Okie dokes. Outside of that message, there is, I do see that things are not moving very quickly for you. Things may be challenging in terms of like goals, projects, slowing down here with the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Magician in reverse. Okay. Generally speaking, that tells me that no matter what it is that you do, it's either not going to move forward the way that you expect, or some of you are not taking the actions that you should be taking. And Aquariuses, you guys have had it rough this year in every single reading that I've done for 2025. So for 2026, I don't see this necessarily getting any easier, but you just need to be aware that you do need to be extra cautious or careful about how you make moves for at least the next 20 years. Pluto is going to be in your sign for the next 20 years. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Your guys are going to have a tough time. It was Capricorns for the last 20 years. Now it's the Aquariuses and the fixed signs by proxy. So this is definitely right on par with what is happening. Pluto is really transforming and deconstructing your lives in wherever that's hitting in your chart, your natal chart. Okay, but I feel like for you guys, there could be frustration about something that, like an opportunity or something you did not act on in the past, and now the repercussions and the consequences of that are coming to fruition in January, and you're going to start to see the consequences of that. And then for others of you, I feel like there is just uncertainty or lack of clarity around how to get around a certain challenge. Now it's going to be different for all of you, because while I do like to hopefully assume that everybody that watches my videos is functioning at their highest potential and is very hyper self-aware, but that's just not necessarily the case. We are human beings. We're not hyper self-aware about every single little thing. We have blind spots. So realistically, there could be something that you are missing, something that you do, a pattern, potentially related to how you make moves related to love, joy, your professional career, your public reputation, your public interactions with clients, your bosses, whoever. But I just feel like there's a consequence to the actions that you either took or did not take. And alternatively, I feel like some of you guys are also stuck in a cycle of some kind that needs to be broken and changed in order for you to move forward and see progress. So Pluto is just essentially bringing attention to this, okay? And that's where that frustration is coming from. So the frustration you're feeling is likely going to be directed either at yourselves for not doing what you now regret not doing, or there's going to be frustration because maybe you are seeing these challenges as something that is being placed upon you by other people, by other situations, institutions. Like, it could be anything, like I said. So I mean, life isn't fair, but also at the same time, some of you guys are going to have to take accountability for your own actions, especially because I have the Lovers card and the Moon card here in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like, this screams to me like subconscious patterns about not making the best decisions, because the Lovers card in the reverse talks to me about obviously love, but it also talks to me about having to choose, you know, between two things that we really care about. So maybe this is choosing to let go of old habits or bad habits in the interest of getting healthier, or in the interest of becoming more efficient and productive, or getting better at your craft, or getting better at being a business owner, or being a better employee, whatever the case is. I feel like some of you guys took the path that you are used to picking, okay? The Sun card, what makes you feel the best? What makes you feel happiest? And unfortunately, maybe that thing, even though it makes us feel good in the moment, isn't actually what's good for us long term. And I feel like a lot of you guys are going to start to see repercussions of that in January. And unfortunately, it's just the universe saying, like, this is what you chose. This is what we are now giving back to you with the Six of Pentacles. You walked this direction, you took this path, you took this choice, and now we are essentially giving you the consequences of that decision, or the fruits of that decision, okay? So this is essentially just a moment for A, the universe to balance itself out, and B, for you to take into account, like, oh, I need to get back into balance. I need to realign, because clearly I'm out of alignment now, and now things aren't working the way that I wanted them to. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah. And unfortunately, you guys are incredibly intelligent, so you guys will, I don't know. I mean, it really depends on each person. You guys are incredibly intelligent, though, here with this King of Swords, though. You guys are incredible strategists. You guys see things that maybe other people don't see, seeing patterns, whatever. But I do just feel like, you know, we can't be aware of everything, especially everything that's happening with us internally. Some of you guys may want to seek therapy. Some of you guys may want to seek a therapist or somebody that can really dive into more of like the emotional responses and like really break it down to you in a way that's gonna be that you guys will understand and be able to process and move through it in a way that maybe your best friend or a family member won't be able to get across to you. Okay. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm seeing. It's like, it's the repercussions of, you know, the decisions that we made in the past. And some of you guys are going to be able to work through that just fine and figure out like, okay, I'm the problem. And some of you guys are going to sit here and try to blame everybody and everything else for what's happening with you. So my advice, really sit and reflect on things this month. Talk to people that maybe aren't necessarily super close to you, that have a little bit more of a detached view and can help kind of open up that dialogue or understanding of why things may be happening the way that they are. And just do your best to try and address this pattern, because if this is a pattern of behavior, unfortunately, like 2026 is one of those years where it's like, if you don't kick certain things to the curb, like you're just going to continuously be stuck in a cycle of negative karma or positive karma, if that is where you end up going. And maybe this is a positive thing for some of you, but I'm reading it as a frustrating situation that needs to be addressed and changed. All right, Aquariuses, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, keeping it really short and sweet as much as I can. If you want to get a more in-depth personal reading, I do offer personal one-on-one readings. You can DM me either on Instagram or TikTok. My handles are below in the description box. It's the best places you can get in touch with me right now until I get my website set up. I'm also going to be doing a full 2026 tarot reading prediction for you guys, and that'll be dropping next week if you guys want to stay and look around or wait around for that to drop. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading with an oracle deck and see what final messages come up for you guys for January. All right, spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Aquarius collective for January 2026? What final messages do you have for the Aquarius collective for January 2026? All right, what do we have? Sodalite. Speak your truth. Okay. So that to me is like doing some of the deeper work mentally and emotionally, right? But doing it in a way, obviously, that doesn't, you know, cause you harm or other people harm, or is destructive in any way, right? So that's the goal, is like, obviously we want to do this in a way that is going to be productive and positive in terms of making the changes that we need to. And that starts with being really honest about ourselves, about our situations, and being honest about these patterns that we keep finding ourselves in, and then figuring out from there, once we're honest with ourselves, is how we can move forward and improve. Next, we have Unakite, live in the now. Some of you guys may be living in the past or, you know, worried about the future. And so that could be causing some stress and anxiety, but also preventing you from seeing, you know, how you are approaching a challenge at this point in time. Speaking to obviously January, but it's really important to be really present and really assess, you know, what this frustration means for you, where it's coming from, and really getting, I think, to the root of that. And again, just attacking the problem at the root, I think, is the best way I can put it. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have Citrine, and it says bring in the light. Usually whenever I get this card, for me, it's like visually pulling back the curtains in your home when you've been like kind of living in this darker, like hermity, like maybe depressed a little bit energy, and you've been kind of like shut out from the rest of the world. So when I think of bring in the light, it's like shedding light on all the stuff that's been hidden, that's been in the dark for a while, the stuff that we haven't addressed, the stuff that we've been ignoring or just completely oblivious to, you know what I mean? Again, no fault to ourselves, you know, sometimes we're just not aware of these things. And so bringing in the light means shining a light on it and being able to address it without, you know, ignoring it or, you know, continuously trying to fight against it, and learning how to work with it or change it and adapt and become the best possible version of ourselves. All right, Aquariuses, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more readings from me in the future, and maybe share this with another Aquarius if you feel like it would resonate for them. Again, if you want to see more content from me, I am on TikTok and Instagram, and you can get in contact with me over there if you want to schedule a personal reading. My handles are in the description box below. Those are the only handles I use. Please do not get scammed on the interwebs. Okay, and again, just thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate the support. I do hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.